fact that Jarrad Davis is back in Detroit. Um, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't hate it. He got a minimum. Last year we tried to bring him back, but we just got outpriced by the Jets. At 7 million, I'm okay with that. I let him walk for that. And that was a smart thing to do. And now, he was injured last year. Robert Saleh actually said a lot of good things about him though coming back, saying that he looked really good in training camp, looked really good when he played. He was just injured last year, and coming into a new style of defense was a little bit tough for him. But I think he will be able to play okay. I think he'll be more of a depth player, rotational piece kind of guy coming into next year. I don't expect Jarrad Davis to come out and be our starting linebacker off the bat. It's possible though. I mean, he was our starter for a few years here. It just depends on what we have, with Chris Board, um, and Derek Barnes and the other couple guys, Sean Dion Hamilton, and Anzalone, and what rookies we get. Because honestly, Jarrad Davis isn't even a lock to make the roster right now, in my opinion. Depending on what happens based on his contract, because it's very low guarantees, veteran minimum. We could basically cut him and not lose anything. So people that are mad, I don't understand it. I get it. He wasn't very good for us, but it's not like we're giving him $10 million to come back and be a starter. He's going to be a rotational piece, depth guy. So with that, I like it because he was a first round pick. And we've seen, Charles Harris come over as an ex first round pick for a different team, the Miami Dolphins. And he played very well for us. So we could see, a first round pick for Detroit come back with this new regime and actually play well because, as he didn't have the best coaching staff here in Detroit when he played for us. So,
well, it breaks my heart. The Detroit Lions fans still don't like Matt Patricia, but it's okay.
Well, what do you expect?
Back
Set
to
our
Montreal,
franchise
actually.
back.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but my initial thought of seeing this signing is that Chris Board is in trouble. I think that Jarrad Davis takes a lot of his snaps just because, I think Jarrad Davis is a little bit better. He hasn't shown that potential yet, but a lot of it has to do with injuries and being in a couple of different systems. And like you said, the Detroit Lions regime before Campbell wasn't the best. And so I think that everything that we said last week about Chris Board and his signing could be applied to Davis. And I won't be surprised if I think ultimately you guys are going to keep both, but I won't be surprised if Board ends up being that special teams player only type of guy instead of that rotational defensive guy.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that too, depends on what we do in the draft, because now it kind of opens it up that, we don't necessarily have to take one. I'd still like to, get one in the third, fourth round if there's one worth it available. And then, they're probably off the roster at that point. One of them likely would be cut if that were the case. But I feel like the Lions right now are just kind of doing similar things to what they did last year, giving prove it deals to guys to try to figure out if they can make a difference on this defense, because we're not ready to win yet. And I think too, another thing on the Lions front, our president came out and said that we won't be changing our logo or our uniforms this upcoming season. It'll be next year. And I think that is a little indicative of how they feel about this roster. Because if they were like, oh, we can win this year, they would do it now, because then it would usher in a new era. You know what I mean? It would be like, oh, here's the new uniforms, the new logo, the new roster. We're coming out and we're going to win. The fact that they're pushing it off a year kind of shows to me that they know we're not ready yet. I mean, they're not coming out to tank or anything like that, but they know we're not, a playoff contending team. At the end of the day, we're a wild card team at our absolute ceiling, in my opinion. And I don't even think we do that this year, to be honest, but I think we'll win six to 8 games, something like that. A little bit better than we did last year. And as long as we win, a few more games that we did last year, that's progress. That's all I can really ask for.
Yeah.